Good morning, everyone. So, in the last week, comparison between SN1 and SN2 reactions completed. Okay. So, once we will recall comparison and differences between SN1 and SN2. So, first one, effect of nucleophile. First one is the effect of nucleophile. First one is the effect of nucleophile. Effect of nucleophile. Okay. So in case of SN1 reaction, SN1 mechanism, substitution, nucleophilic, unimolecular. So in case of SN1 reaction, so effect of nucleophile is negligible. Effect of nucleophile is negligible. So in case of, strength of means strength of, so here strength of nucleophile is unimportant. So strength of nucleophile is unimportant because of reaction takes place in two steps. So in the first step, so alkyl halide undergoes so dissociation, so it forms carbocation. So CCl or CX bond is broken. Okay. So first one carbocation is formed. So here rate is depends on only the concentration of alkyl halide. Only the concentration of alkyl halide. Hence, so in case of SN1 reaction, strength of nucleophile is unimportant. So either weak nucleophile or strong nucleophile involved in SN1 mechanism. Next, in case of SN2 mechanism, so here rate is directly proportional to the concentration of alkyl halide and concentration of nucleophile. Here the reaction takes place in a single step. Nucleophile attacks backside of the leaving group. Okay, it depends on concentration of alkyl halide and concentration of nucleophile. So in case of SN2 reaction, so here the strength of nucleophile, so here strong nucleophile is required. So in case of SN2 reaction, strong nucleophile is required. Okay. So in case of SN1, strength of nucleophile is unimportant because of rate is depends on only the concentration of alkyl halide. Next one, in case of SN2 reaction, so it is depends on the concentration of alkyl halide and the nucleophile. So in case of SN2 reaction, so strong nucleophile is required. In case of SN1, strength of nucleophile is unimportant because of rate depends on only alkyl halide but not nucleophile. In case of SN2 reaction, rate is depends on concentration of alkyl halide and concentration of nucleophile. Hence, here strong nucleophile is required. So in SN1 reaction, no important, so unimportant. So strength of nucleophile is unimportant. But in case of SN2 reaction, so strong nucleophile is required. The next one, so here nucleophilicity order. SN2. So here strong nucleophile is required. Strong nucleophile is required. It is also considered as a different. So what are the differences between SN1 and SN2 reaction? In SN1 reaction, so strength of nucleophile is unimportant. In SN2 reaction, strong nucleophile is required. The next one, what is the strength of nucleophilic? So in SN2 mechanism, SN2 reaction, so nucleophilicity order is important. So nucleophilicity order, it is S minus acts as a strong nucleophile. RS minus acts as a strong nucleophile. The next one, I minus. The next one, cyanide, Cn minus. So RS minus acts as a strong nucleophile, then I minus acts as a strong nucleophile, then Cn minus is a strong nucleophile than methoxy. CH3O minus is a strong nucleophile than hydroxy. So RS minus, I minus, Cl minus, CH3O minus, OH minus, next to Br minus, next to Br minus, the next one ammonia, the next to chloride, next to bromide, after bromide it is ammonia, next to chloride, next one is the chloride. So it is the nucleophilicity order, means RS minus acts as a strong nucleophile than I minus, is a strong nucleophile than Cn minus, is a strong nucleophile than CH3O minus, OH minus, Br minus, ammonia, Cl minus and F minus. It is the nucleophilicity order. So this order is very important. So in case of SN1 reaction, strength is unimportant. Next, in case of SN2 reaction, strong nucleophile is required. So it is the effect of nucleophile. The next one, effect of substrate. Effect of substrate. Effect of substrate means alkyl halide. Alkyl halide is called substrate. Okay, na? So effect of substrate. If it is SN1 reaction. So in case of SN1 reaction, this reaction takes place in a single step. So tertiary alkyl halides are more reactive towards SN1 reaction than secondary alkyl halides than primary. Next to primary means either it is methyl or propyl than methyl halide. So as you compare it to ethyl halide CH3 CH2X, it is also primary. So CH3 CH2X means ethyl halide, it is methyl halide. So methyl halide, ethyl halide, which is more reactive towards SN1 reaction. So methyl, so it is more reactive than methyl halide. So it is the reactivity order towards SN1 mechanism. Because of this reaction takes place in single step. Next, in case of SN2 reaction or SN2 mechanism, order is reverse. So primary alkyl halides undergo SN2 reaction easily than secondary alkyl halides, than tertiary alkyl halides. Primary means, so here methyl halides are more reactive. Methyl halides are more reactive towards SN2 reaction than, so primary alkyl halides than secondary alkyl halides than tertiary alkyl halides. It is the reverse order. Because of in case of SN2 reaction, rate is depends on alkyl halide and OH minus. OH minus is attacks the back side of the leaving group. Here we take methyl halide. So due to small size here, so repulsion is less. So attacking is easy as the size means bulky nature increases. So attacking of nucleophile is attacking of, so here less steric hindrance means repulsion is less. So hence primary alkyl halides are more reactive towards SN2 mechanism than secondary alkyl halides than tertiary alkyl halides. So it is the strength of substrate. So SN1 tertiary. Next to SN2, next to methyl halide or primary secondary. Next to, so as compared to tertiary alkyl halides, benzyl and allyl halides are more reactive towards SN1 reaction than tertiary alkyl halides because of allyl carbocation and benzyl carbocation undergoes, so or they are stabilized by resonance. So benzyl and allyl carbocations are stabilized by resonance already completed. The resonance structures already completed. So it is the effect of substrate. SN1, just a sequence is important. Tertiary is more reactive towards SN1 reaction than secondary, than primary, than methyl halide. SN2 is the reverse because of here carbon is attached with small sized hydrogen. So attacking of nucleophile is easy. So as the number of alkyl groups increases, so repulsion is increases, so reactivity decreases. So it is a reactivity order of SN1 mechanism. It is a reactivity order of SN2 mechanism towards a substrate. Next to nature of leaving group. Next, third one is the nature of leaving group. Nature of leaving group. Nature of leaving group. So in alkyl halides, it is the nucleophilic substitution reaction. So halogen is replaced by halide ion is replaced by nucleophile, either OH minus or R minus or I minus. Okay, na? It is substituted by so nucleophile. X is replaced by or substituted by nucleophile. Okay. So nature of leaving group. Nature of leaving group. Either it is SN1 reaction or SN2 reaction. SN1 reaction or SN2 reaction. So it is the weakest base is the best leaving group. Weakest base. Weakest base is the best leaving group. Best leaving group means it can easily leave from the alkyl group. Okay. So in case of SN1 reaction, it is the best leaving group. Halides means I minus is the best leaving group, then Br minus, then Cl minus, then F minus. Means, so here we take CH3, yeah, methyl fluoride, methyl chloride, methyl bromide, and methyl iodide CH3I. Okay, my 4 compounds, it is A, it is B, it is C, it is D. So these are all primary alkyl halides. So reactivity is more towards SN2 mechanism. So here reactivity is more for methyl iodide. CH3I is more reactive than CH3Br. Is more reactive than CH3Cl. Is more reactive than CH3F. Because of fluoride to chloride, chloride to bromide, bromide to iodide, size increases. As the size increases, so bond length increases and so bond energy decreases. So iodide, bromide, chloride, and fluoride, which is the best leaving group. Iodide is the best leaving group. So what is the nature of leaving group means iodide, either it is SN1 mechanism or SN2 mechanism. It is the nature of leaving group means weakest base is the best leaving group. So Br minus, next to Cl minus, next to F minus. So it is the nature of leaving group. So it is considered as the weakest base. So take the halogenic acids HF, HCl, HBr, HI. So fluoride to chloride, chloride to bromide, bromide to iodide, size increases. So as the size increases, bond energy, Hx bond energy decreases. So what is the correct acidic strength order? Acidic strength order of halogenic acids. HF is weaker than HCl, is weaker than HBr, is weaker than HI. So HI can donate proton easily because of bond length is more, bond energy is less. So it is the strong acid. So according to Bronsted-Lowry theory, if acid is strong, its conjugate base is weak. HI is acid. HI is acid. What is its conjugate base? What is its conjugate base? So its conjugate base is I minus. So what is the conjugate acid base pair? The acid base, it is acid, it donates proton, it can accept proton. So it is acid, it is considered as a base. The acid base pair, which is differ by a proton, is called conjugate acid base pair. These two are differ by proton. So HI is a strong acid. So in conjugate acid base pair, we know in conjugate acid base pair, if acid is strong, its conjugate base is weak. So it is the weak conjugate base. It is a weak base. If acid is strong, its conjugate is weak. So HI is the strong acid. So HF to HCl and Cl to HBr, HBr to HI acidic strength increases Hence, I minus is the weakest conjugative base. So it is the best leaving group, then bromide, then chloride, then fluoride. So it is the nature of the third one, nature of leaving group. So weakest base is the best leaving group. Hi is the strong acid, then HBr. So I minus is the best leaving group, then Br minus is the best leaving group, then Cl minus is the best leaving group, then F minus. So it is the nature of leaving group. It is the third one. So first one is the effect of nucleophile. Second one is the nature of substrate, that is alkyl halide. Third one is the nature of leaving group. The next fourth one, nature of leaving group. After the nature of leaving group, next one, effect of solvent. Fourth one, effect of solvent. What is the fourth one? Effect of solvent. So fourth one is effect of solvent. Effect of solvent. Effect of solvent. Effect of solvent. Okay. Here, in case of SN1 reaction, so tertiary alkyl halides undergo SN1 reaction easily. So here it is tertiary alkyl halide CH3. It is CH3. Next it is CH3. It is halide. In the first step, it is the slowest step. It is the slowest step, so rate determining step. So it forms carbocation. So hybridization of carbon in carbocation is sp3 hybridization. So it has a planar symmetry, means symmetric structure. In the second step, nucleophile attacks. So in the second step, nucleophile is added to carbocation either by this side or by this side. Okay, no? So it is the first step. So this reaction takes place in two steps. In the first step here, carbon halogen bond is broken. Carbon halogen bond is broken. To break the CH bond, it required energy. To break the CX bond, it required energy. So this energy is so it can absorb this energy in solvation of leaving group, that is halide. Solvation of halide. What is the solvation? So to undergo solvation, it required polar protic solvent. Polar protic solvent is required. What are examples for polar protic solvents? Water is a polar protic solvent, H2O. Next one, ethyl alcohol is a polar protic solvent. So oxygen is a more electronegative. Hence, oxygen gets a partial negative charge, hydrogen gets a partial positive charge. The next one is acetic acid. CH3C double bond OH is acetic acid. It donates a proton. Hence, they are considered as a polar protic solvent. It is a polar molecule. It can donate a proton. So, polar protic solvent. Ethyl alcohol also donates a proton. It has a slightly acidic nature. Next one, acetic acid is also donate a proton. So, protic solvents, and these are all polar molecules. So, in case of SN1 mechanism, in first step, to break the CX bond in the formation of carbocation, so it required some energy. So, alkyl halide molecule absorb this energy in solvation. Means in SN1 reaction, what is the effect of solvent? Polar protic solvent is required. So it is a solvent. So for in case of SN1 reaction, good ionizing solvent is required. Okay now. So in case of SN1 reaction, good ionizing solvent is required. Good ionizing solvent is required. Good. Ionizing solvent is required. Mainly polar protic solvents are required. Polar protic solvents are required. It is very important. So in case of SN1 reaction, either polar or non-polar solvents are required. Polar solvents are required to ionize the CX bond. So to ionize the CX bond, good ionizing solvent is required. So which is ionizing solvent? Polar protic solvent. Example, water, ethyl alcohol, acetic acid. These are all polar protic solvents. Okay, na? It is a SN. Next, in case of SN2 reaction, this reaction takes place in a single step. Next, it is considered as a methyl chloride. It is a methyl chloride or a methyl halide. So SN2 reaction means depends on concentration of nucleophile and concentration of alkyl halide. So nucleophile attacks opposite side of the leaving group. So this reaction takes place in a single step. Here transition state is formed. Transition state is formed. It is the OH bond. It is the CX bond. Transition state is formed. It is a single step. So this bond is completely broken. It is formed. So inverted configuration. So product contains inverted configuration is obtained. If this reaction takes place in a single step. Okay. So here reaction takes place in a single step. So dissociation of CX bond and the formation of OH bond takes place simultaneously. Okay, no? But in case of SN1 reaction, first CX bond is broken, carbocation is formed. The next one, attacking of a nucleophile in second step. So here, in case of SN2 reaction, so here no effect of solvent on SN2 mechanism. So maybe so aprotic solvent for faster in less polar solvent. So maybe faster in. So maybe faster. The reaction takes place faster in less polar solvent. Faster in less polar solvent. Here to ionize the CX bond, good ionizing solvent means polar protic solvent is required. Here less polar solvent is required. Or polar aprotic solvents may enhance the rate of reaction of weak nucleophile. If it is a weak nucleophile, so as compared to OH minus, so Cl minus is the weak nucleophile. Cl minus is the weak nucleophile. So if it is a weak nucleophile, it can enhance the rate of reaction. So here polar aprotic solvent may enhance the rate of reaction of weak nucleophile. If nucleophile is weak, so polar aprotic solvent is required. Otherwise, less polar solvent is enough. Okay. So what is the example of a polar aprotic solvent? Acetone is the polar aprotic solvent. So it is the CO bond is a polar. So common name is acetone. If nucleophile is weak, in case of SN2 reaction, polar aprotic solvent may enhance the rate of reaction. Otherwise, if nucleophile is strong, so faster in less polar solvent. So in case of SN1, good ionizing solvent means polar protic solvent is required like water, acetic acid, ethyl alcohol. In case of SN2 mechanism, less polar solvent, no influence of solvent. If nucleophile is weak, okay, so polar aprotic solvent can enhance the rate of reaction. Polar aprotic solvent example acetone. Okay, so it is effect of solvent is the first one. So fourth one. So first one is the nature of or strength of nucleophile. Second one is the nature of substrate means alkyl halide. Third one is the nature of so leaving group. Next fourth one is the effect of solvent. It is very important. The next The next to fifth one. Next to fifth one. Next to fifth one. So fifth one is the kinetics. So fifth one is the kinetics. Kinetics means either it is a first order reaction or second order reaction. It is the kinetics. So take SN1 reaction. SN1 reaction. Substitution nucleophilic unimolecular mechanism. Substitution nucleophilic unimolecular. Unimolecular means here in SN1 reaction, rate is depends on only one concentration term, that is alkyl halide. Alkyl halide. So here the concentration depends on only the concentration of alkyl halide. So it is the concentration. So the power of concentration term is called order. So SN1 is the first order. SN1 mechanism is the first order kinetics. So this reaction takes place first order kinetics. SN1 first order kinetics. It is the first order kinetics. First order kinetics means rate is depends on only one concentration term. Then it is the first order. Next one. So in case of SN2 reaction means here rate is directly proportional to the concentration of alkyl halide and concentration of nucleophile. Here concentration of nucleophile is also important. Here order with respect to alkyl halide is 1. Order with respect to nucleophile is also 1. So in SN2 reaction, order with respect to alkyl halide is 1. Order with respect to nucleophile is also 1. So what is the overall order of the reaction? Overall order of the reaction. Overall order of the reaction. What is the overall order of this reaction? So sum of the powers of concentration terms in a rate equation. So 1 plus 1, power 1, 1 plus 1, 2. It is the second order kinetics. So SN2 mechanism is the second order kinetics. Second order kinetics. Whereas SN1 reaction is the first order kinetics. Here concentration of nucleophile power is 0. So order with respect to nucleophile is 0. In SN1 reaction, order with respect to alkyl halide is 1. Order with respect to nucleophile is 0. 0 means rate is does not depends on the strength of nucleophile. So SN1 reaction is first order kinetics. SN2 reaction rate is depends on concentration of alkyl halide and the concentration of nucleophile. So order with respect to alkyl halide is 1. Order with respect to nucleophile is also 1. So what is the overall order of the reaction? 1 plus 1. Here order with respect to alkyl halide is 1. Order with respect to nucleophile is 0. So overall order of the reaction. Here what is the overall order of the reaction? 1 plus 0, that is equal to 1. So SN1 reaction follows first order kinetics. Next one, SN2 reaction follows second order kinetics. First order kinetics means the rate depends on only the concentration of one concentration term, that is alkyl halide. Second order kinetics means it depends on two concentration terms, alkyl halide and nucleophile. Here order with respect to the first order reaction. Order with respect to alkyl halide is 1. Order with respect to nucleophile is 0. What is the overall order of the reaction? 1 plus 0, that is 1. So SN1 is the first order kinetics. SN2 depends on concentration of alkyl halide and nucleophile. Okay, now it is very important. So what is the order with respect to alkyl halide in SN2 reaction? 1. Order with respect to nucleophile is also 1. What is the overall order of the reaction? Sum of the powers of concentration terms is called order. So 1 plus 1, so 2. So what is the order of the reaction? Okay. So SN1 reaction is the first order kinetics. It follows first order kinetics. SN2 reaction follows second order kinetics. It follows the second order kinetics. Okay. The next one, molecularity. Next one is the molecularity. So we know what is the molecularity. So molecularity. Sixth one is the molecularity. Molecularity. What is the molecularity? We know what is molecularity. So number of species. Species means number of atoms or molecules. Simply it is called. So species. Species means either it is atom or molecule or ion. So number of atoms or molecules or ions involved in rate determining step. Rate determining step is called molecularity. So number of species involved in rate determining step is called molecularity is important. What is the rate determining step? If the reaction takes place in number of several steps, more than one step, the slowest step is considered as rate determining step. Slowest step is considered as rate determining step. So in the SN1 reaction, this reaction takes place in two steps. So in the first step of formation of carbocation, it is CH3 tertiary carbocation is formed, CH3X. So in the first step, CH bond is broken, it is the slowest step. So here carbocation is formed, it is a CH3, it is a CH3, it is a CH3, next it is a carbocation is formed. Next is second step, it is the fast step. So nucleophile attacks on carbocation. So it is the first step is the slowest step. In this slowest step, number of molecules involved. Here only one alkyl halide molecule is involved. So what is the molecularity? Molecularity is 1. So in SN1 mechanism, molecularity is 1. So order is 1, molecularity is also 1. But in case of SN2 mechanism, so here transition state is formed. Reaction takes place in a single step. So here, so both it is depends on alkyl halide and nucleophile. So molecularity is 2. Here 2 molecules are involved, nucleophile and alkyl halide. So in case of SN1 reaction, molecularity is considered as 1. So in SN1 reaction, what is the molecularity? 1. In SN1 mechanism, molecularity is 1. Whereas in SN2 reaction, molecularity is 2. That is nucleophile and alkyl halide. Here, molecularity 1 means in the rate determining step, only alkyl halide is involved. So it is a unimolecular reaction. It is a bimolecular reaction. 1 indicates unimolecular reaction. Molecularity is 1. Hence it is also called unimolecular. Next one. 2 means bimolecular. SN2 means bimolecular. So molecularity is 2 in SN2 reaction. Next one, molecularity is 1 in SN1 reaction. Okay, so it is a molecularity. The next two, 7th one, number of steps taken. Number of steps. Okay. First take the SN1 mechanism. So this SN1 mechanism takes how many steps? It takes 2 steps. First one, formation of carbocation. First one is the formation of carbocation. Next, the second step. So attacking of nucleophile on carbocation. So SN1 reaction takes place in how many steps? 2 steps. Whereas SN2 mechanism takes place in only one step, single step or one step. Okay, so single step transition state is formed. Slowly CX bond is broken. Slowly OH bond is formed. Finally, so CX bond is completely broken. Next one, COH bond is formed. So here inverted product is formed. So SN2 mechanism takes place in a single step, but SN1 reaction takes place in two steps or involves in two steps. The next one. Next two. So it is the number of steps, kinetics. The next one is the molecularity. The next one, rearrangement. Rearrangement and catalyst. Eighth one. Rearrangement. Rearrangement. So in case of SN1 mechanism, here carbocation is formed. So in case of SN1 mechanism, rearrangement is possible. In SN1 mechanism, rearrangement is possible. Rearrangement is occurred or rearrangement is possible because of is in SN1 mechanism, carbocation is formed. So here rearrangement means in this rearrangement 1,2 hydride shift, 1,2 hydride shift or 1,2 alkyl shift is possible. 1,2 alkyl shift is possible. It is a rearrangement. So in case of SN1 mechanism, rearrangement is possible. Example, so it is a CH3. Next it is a CH3. Next to it is a CH. It is a CH plus. Next it is the CH3. Okay, it is the carbon. Suppose halide ion is attached with this carbon. So in the first step, this CX bond is broken. Here carbocation is formed. This carbocation is primary carbocation or secondary carbocation or tertiary carbocation. It is the secondary carbocation because of this carbon is attached with the two other carbons. So it is the secondary carbocation. We know the stability of carbocations. What is the stability of carbocations? Tertiary carbocations are more stable than secondary carbocations, are more stable than primary carbocations, are more stable than methyl carbocations. So it is the stability of carbocations. Tertiary carbon, it is the secondary carbocation. Okay, na? So in case of SN1 reaction here, if rearrangement is possible. In this rearrangement, more stable carbocation is formed. If the formation of more possible carbocation is possible in rearrangement, so here rearrangement takes place. So here this proton H plus is shifted to, it is called hydride shift. It is hydride shift. So this hydrogen takes one pair of electrons and it is shifted to this carbon. So it is called 1,2 hydride shift. So it is called 1,2 hydride shift. 1,2 hydride shift. So H minus is shifted to this carbon. So it is CH3. It is C. It is CH3. Here it loses one pair of electrons. So it gets a positive charge electron deficient. Next it is a single bond. Here hydride means H minus is shifted to CH plus. So here positive charge is neutralized. It is converted into CH2. Next it is a CH3. So this carbocation is a tertiary carbocation. It is the tertiary carbocation. So it is more stable than secondary carbocation. Hence, in case of SN1 mechanism, rearrangement is possible to form the more stable carbocation. Rearrangement is possible. So this rearrangement takes place either 1,2 hydride shift or 1,2 alkyl shift. 1,2 hydride shift or 1,2 alkyl shift. Instead of hydrogen, if it has CH3, if it has a CH3. So sometimes this CH3 minus is also shifted to this carbon because of it is the secondary. If CH3 minus is added to this carbon, so it is a tertiary carbocation. So then it is considered as a 1,2 alkyl shift. It is called 1,2 alkyl shift. So here rearrangement is possible to form the more stable carbocation. In this rearrangement, either 1,2 hydride shift is possible or 1,2 alkyl shift is also possible. Because rearrangement is very important. So in SN1, rearrangement is possible because of first step carbocation is formed. The next one, in case of SN2 mechanism, so in case of SN2 mechanism, rearrangement is not possible. In case of SN2 mechanism, no rearrangement takes place. Here, no rearrangement takes place. No rearrangement takes place. Because of reaction takes place in only single step, no formation of carbocation. Hence, here, no rearrangement takes place. So these are the main differences or comparison between SN1 and SN2. The next one. Next to stereochemical aspects, that is the stereochemistry of SN1 and SN2 reaction. Stereochemistry. Okay. So here, what are the differences between SN1 and SN2? It is very important for public exam. So write 2 marks for 2 marks. It is very important. Write any 2 differences between SN1 and SN2 reaction. So SN1 reaction. So reactivity order of alkyl halides. Reactivity order of R, first take the nucleophile. So nucleophile here, strong nucleophile is required. Here, so strength of nucleophile is unimportant. Next, second one. So reactivity order. Tertiary SN1 reaction. Tertiary alkyl halides are more reactive than secondary alkyl halides than primary alkyl halides. Then methyl halide. Okay, na? Here, so primary alkyl halides are more reactive than secondary alkyl halides than tertiary alkyl halides. So it is a reactive nucleophile. The next one, kinetics. So here order is 1. Here order is 2. Second order kinetics. So it is a first order kinetics. It is the second order kinetics. Next one is the molecularity. It is unimolecular. Molecularity is 1. It is unimolecular. Next one, it is a bimolecular. The next one, number of steps. So this reaction takes place in 2 steps. Here the reaction takes place in only 1 step. Okay, na? Reaction takes place in only 1 step. Next one is the solvent, the nature of solvent. So nature of solvent. Here polar solvent is required. Here, so polarity of solvent is unimportant. Okay, na? So non-polar solvents are required. So these are the differences between SN1 and SN2 reactions. In SN1 reaction, rearrangement is possible. It is the 7th difference. So 7 comparisons are considered as 7 differences. Here rearrangement is possible. Here rearrangement is not possible. Next, effect of catalyst and stereochemistry. So what is the dextrorotatory compound? What is the levorotatory compound? We start in the next.